Every night at 2:13 a.m. my neighbor screams once. I moved into my apartment about 3 months ago. Cheap rent. Quiet building. Nothing unusual. Until I started waking up every single night at exactly 2:13 a.m. First I thought it was random. Then I realized what was actually waking me up. A scream. One scream. Always from the apartment above mine. Not arguing. Not multiple noises. Just one short, terrified scream. Every night. Exactly 2:13 a.m. The weirdest part. Every morning the woman upstairs acted completely normal. I even asked her once if everything was okay. She smiled at me and said, "You hear it too?" Then she walked away before I could answer. Last night the scream sounded different. Closer somehow. So this time, instead of staying in bed, I checked my hallway security camera. And at exactly 2:13 a.m., my apartment door slowly unlocked by itself. I replayed the hallway footage at least 20 times. The deadbolt literally turned on its own. Like someone unlocked it from the outside. But nobody opened the door. Nobody entered. The hallway outside was empty the entire time. I barely slept after that. The next morning I went upstairs to confront my neighbor. But apartment 4B was empty. Completely empty. No furniture. No lights. Nothing. That's when the landlord walked up behind me and casually said, "Nobody's lived there in years." I laughed because I thought he was joking, but he just stared at me. Then he asked, "You've been hearing the scream too, haven't you?" My stomach dropped. I asked him what he meant, and he told me that 3 years ago, a woman in 4B called the police claiming, "Something keeps trying to enter my apartment at 2:13 every night." A week later she disappeared. No body. No signs of forced entry. Nothing. Before leaving, the landlord quietly added, "She said it learned how to unlock doors." Then my phone buzzed. Motion detected. Inside my apartment. I sprinted back downstairs so fast I almost fell. The entire hallway felt wrong. Too quiet. When I reached my apartment door, it was already open. Just slightly. Enough to see darkness inside. I knew I had locked it before leaving. My phone kept vibrating with motion alerts from the camera. One after another. Living room. Bathroom. Hallway. Bedroom. As if something was walking through the apartment slowly. I pushed the door open. Nothing there. But the apartment smelled strange. Like wet metal. Then I heard movement from my bedroom. Soft footsteps. I grabbed the nearest thing I could find, a lamp, and walked toward the door. The motion alerts suddenly stopped. Complete silence. I opened the bedroom door. And nothing was there. But my security camera was lying on the floor. Still recording. I picked it up and checked the live feed. And that's when I noticed something horrifying. The camera was still showing someone standing in my bedroom. Big. Motionless. Right behind me. I turned around instantly. Nothing there. Then the scream happened again. Not upstairs this time. Inside my apartment. Directly behind me. And a voice whispered, "2:13 means it's your turn now." The lights in my apartment suddenly shut off. Complete darkness. Then every door inside the apartment slammed shut at once. Bedroom. Bathroom. My phone flashlight flickered on automatically. And for half a second, I saw someone standing at the end of the hallway. Too tall. Head tilted unnaturally. Watching me. Then the flashlight died. I ran for the front door blindly, hitting walls, tripping over furniture. But when I finally reached the door handle, it wouldn't open. The deadbolt was turning by itself again. Locking. Something started walking toward me through the dark apartment. Heavy footsteps. Then my security camera suddenly spoke through its tiny speaker. Using my own voice. "Don't let it see your face. I dropped to the floor instantly. The footsteps stopped right in front of me. I could hear breathing now, a few inches from my head. Then silence. After what felt like forever, my apartment lights suddenly came back on. Everything was normal again. The door unlocked itself, and the clock on my oven read 2:14 a.m. The next morning, I packed everything I owned and left the building. A week later, curiosity got the better of me, so I searched the building address online. That's when I found an old article about the woman who disappeared from apartment 4B. At the bottom of the article was a blurry police photo taken inside her apartment after she vanished. And standing in the hallway behind the officer was me.